The murder of Rhiannon Whyte. Rhiannon was a 27-year-old hotel worker and mother who was stabbed to death by an illegal immigrant from Sudan. Shocked the whole country, October 2024.
15 months later, and her killer has been jailed for a minimum of 29 years.
Now, we have in the studio Rhiannon's mother, Siobhan, and before we actually talk to her, Sophia Hill has this report.
The vicious murder of a young mother waiting for her train home. Her attacker, an asylum seeker who laughed and danced after stabbing her. Rhiannon Whyte died 3 days later from a brainstem injury. She had been working cleaning and serving food at the Park Inn Hotel, where her killer, Den Majek, a Sudanese small boat migrant, was staying. On the 20th of October 2024, CCTV showed Majek staring at Rhiannon while she handed out snacks. A witness later told Wolverhampton Crown Court they felt scared and believed that he was going to do something that night. Staff reported feeling intimidated and informed hotel security. After Rhiannon finished her shift at 11 p.m, she walked across the road to Mascot train station. Unbeknown to her, Majek waited in the car park and followed her. CCTV shows him walking up the steps behind her. Seconds later, he attacked her on the platform. She suffered multiple stab wounds and died 3 days later from a brainstem injury. CCTV later showed Majek leaving the station, throwing her phone into a river, buying alcohol and returning to the hotel as the emergency services arrived. Police recovered footage of him laughing and dancing. Prosecutors said he was clearly excited by what he had done.
In regard to all the matters to which I have referred, I set that minimum term at 29 years. From this must be deducted the 466 days you have spent on remand in custody. This means that the minimum term you will serve before you can be considered for release is 27 years and 264 days. Yes, please take him.
Rhiannon's family described their loss as catastrophic. She was a mother, a sister, an aunt and a daughter whose life was taken in the most horrific way. Sophia Hill, GB News.
Now, watching that with us in the studio, we've got Rhiannon's mum, Siobhan Whyte, and we know that must be really, really difficult to watch, Siobhan, and our condolences to you first and foremost. I mean, this is very brave, you talking to us today, but you wanted to talk live and it was important for you to get this message over. Could I just ask you, just as an observer in this whole thing, why did this guy, and I know you don't even like mentioning his name, are you any closer to finding out why he did what he did?
There was absolutely no reason at all. No reason. As you've seen from the CCTV links, he literally just watched her for hours. There was no reason. They'd never even crossed words, never spoken. He didn't even know her name. He just, as you can see, as she's walking in the hotel and he walks out, there's 3 girls, but he deliberately goes for Rhiannon.
Yeah.
It was just like she was his target and that was it. No reason, and we'll never know why.
No, nothing. She wasn't overly aware of him, but he was aware of her.
Yeah, no. Well, apparently it was, they said they reported it to Serco. Well, that didn't do much good, did it? Because they just sat there. But no, nothing. There was absolutely no reason at all why he did.
Now, we've talked about Rhiannon a lot on GB News, because and so many viewers have been in touch to say, please pass on their condolences and their support for you and your family. We've talked about the scumbag that did this to your daughter, but we haven't talked much about Rhiannon as a mum, as a daughter, as a sister. Just tell us a little bit about what Rhiannon was like.
She was actually, hand on heart, genuinely the nicest person you could ever meet. She had a heart of gold. She would do anything for anyone. She adored that little boy. She adored her nieces, her nephews. She loved her family. And the only thing about Rhiannon, she would never argue back. And I used to say to her, stand up for yourself, stand up for yourself. She just didn't have it in her.
Yeah.
And she was just, honestly, you know, you could be someone on the floor and she would give you her last pound. I mean, people will say, oh, she's saying that because she's a mum. No, it's genuine.
Yeah.
But like the police have said, they've spoken to a lot of people and they all got the same reviews back about her.
Now, you mentioned her son there, and it's a little boy, he's 5 years of age. We're, again, not going to name him.
No.
What does he know? What have you told him? How has he responded?
Well, we had to tell him, Alex, who's looking after him now, Rhiannon's sister, we had to tell him that he knew Rhiannon was in hospital, didn't know why. We tried to explain to him that she had a poorly brain. And Alex was saying she had a poorly brain, she had to go to heaven. Well, to hear a child cry like that, the first word out of this poor little 5-year-old's mouth was, I need my vitamins. I don't want to get a poorly brain. And he got himself so worked up that Alex had to sit him on her lap and explain. He was a bad man. We couldn't, you know, he caused a poorly brain. We couldn't save her. Doctors couldn't. And trying to explain that to a 5-year-old, now 6-year-old child is traumatising itself because we still can't comprehend what's gone on. So how does a child of that age... He's now saying to Alex that he wants to be a brain surgeon.
Why?
To help people that have gone through what Rhiannon has.
He doesn't want any other...
He's too innocent to be thinking these things. He goes to bed every night with a teddy bear with Rhiannon's picture on it.
And how do you... I mean, the impact on your family, and especially seeing as you were put through the court case, because it's not even a person, this piece of filth that did this to your daughter, he made you sit in court, he didn't admit that he'd done anything wrong, despite the evidence. He made you and your family go through another hell.
He's lied consistently. He even called the forensics liars. He said that wasn't him, it wasn't me. It's obvious, it was his clothes, it was his physique, it was him.
Was this guy, is he mentally ill, do you think? Was he drunk? Was he on drugs?
He's been deemed sane. He was deemed sane.
So this was...
It was just a psychopath who just decided that...
He wasn't drunk, he wasn't on drugs?
No, he went and got drink after the incident, hence him dancing.
And how did you... I mean, I've watched that, and obviously I didn't know your daughter, but I watched that and I got so angry, Siobhan. He went back to the hotel.
Yeah.
He was partying after murdering your daughter.
Literally within the hour. Because you could see the blue lights still there. Literally within the hour.
But when you look at these pictures here...
He hadn't spoken to anyone prior. That's obvious. He hadn't spoken to anyone prior. And now all of a sudden he's up there dancing. He's celebrating, dancing on my daughter's grave.
Literally.
And you said after the court case, are you happy with the verdict, by the way? Are you happy with the sentence?
I am happy. It will never be enough.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to be honest, if the death penalty was in, I would get him up straight away. But it will never be enough, but he will never be out to hurt anybody else.
Siobhan, we should say to you, you say you would vote for the death penalty. Dawn was here live on GBNews last Friday night when the verdict came through. And there was just huge support, wasn't there?
So many messages for you and your family, and so many people so incredibly angry. Anger, I think, in your situation is a positive emotion. Who are you angry at and why?
Starmer, the government, for allowing this to happen. There's so many cases that are brushed under the carpet. We have sat quiet for 15 months for Rhiannon's sake.
Yeah.
So I wanted justice. We're not a family that are going to go and kick off. What's the point? Starmer needs to be held accountable. If it was his family, Sadiq Khan, if it was their family, this wouldn't happen. You know, this needs to stop. I mean, there's cases of poor men, poor children, women being raped, attacked, beaten, murdered on a daily basis. And it's not genuine asylum seekers, it is illegals. We don't know who they are. We don't know what diseases they've got. And half the time I don't think they know who they are, but they're still allowing them in.
Well, the Home Office will say they share your grief, and they share your anger, and they say the murder of Rhiannon was an abhorrent crime. Our thoughts are with their loved ones. This vile criminal is behind bars where he belongs, and he has rightly received the strictest punishment of a life sentence. We share the public's anger about the broken asylum system and hotels. That is precisely why we are doing everything we can to keep dangerous offenders out of the country and close down hotels.
Siobhan, what's your response to that?
But why is it still happening? Why hasn't something been done before? Because Rhiannon's not the first case, and sadly she won't be the last. But we were handed a life sentence today. I had to watch my daughter die.
Yeah.
And where is Starmer? He's got blood on his hands.
Have you heard any... I know you're going to start a campaign now for
Yeah.
women and girls and to stop this happening. Now,
Yeah.
other families should go what you and your family
even
have been
support of the families going through this. Yeah.
Have you heard anything from the government? Are you looking to meet Starmer face-to-face?
I would love to meet Starmer face-to-face. The only person, political-wise, that's reached out is Darren Grimes. I know a lot of people don't like him, etc. But again, I don't care. He's been respectful towards my family. He's been respectful to me. But political-wise, not one single person has reached out.
Officially?
Officially, yeah. Not one person.
Could I ask you, Siobhan, you've got your grief, you're talking to us today, live after that sentence on Friday. How are you coping? Who's looking after you? How are you coping with your grief?
I'm lucky I've got a strong family, a good support group, but as I explained to Dawn earlier, I am mentally and physically drained. After today, I will be taking time back to try and unwind, because I don't think I've really had time to grieve.
No.
Because 2 days after Rhiannon's verdict, my mum passed away. Broken heart. So basically, he's got the death of 2 people on his hands.
You said after the sentence that your life ended with Rhiannon's that day.
Yeah.
I mean, no mother should have to go through what you're going through.
I mean, the only thing that's kept me going is my other children and my grandchildren. But then you live a life of being scared of what life have they got. They're having lockdowns in schools. They shouldn't be doing that to children of 7 and 8.
If you did get to see Keir Starmer face-to-face, what would you say to him?
That this needs to be done. Would he be sitting there, flying off to China and doing all this if it was his child, his wife, his niece, his family member? No, he'd take a firm stance on it then, wouldn't he?
And I have to say, I mean, obviously, I'm a woman. I just feel so much that the safety of women and girls in this country is being put at risk by so many.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if you're aware that Tommy Robinson turned up on Friday, and it was a lovely surprise. And he didn't make it about himself, he made it about him. And he was right. Where is the support of our women and children? Where is it? British Transport Police, if they hadn't have made that arrest within 5 hours, would he have gone? He's already been to Libya, he's already been to Italy, been to France, denied asylum in both countries, yet they welcome him into this country.
Yeah, that's the bit I couldn't understand.
No, and we still don't know why he was denied asylum, but
he's denied, and yet they say, oh, just go to Britain.
Just come to England. He was in this country 11 weeks when he took my daughter's life. 11 weeks. Now, if British Transport hadn't made that arrest, would he have got away with it again? Because I don't believe this is his first time.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. We don't know.
I don't. He's lied so much, though. I don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth.
Siobhan, we were seeing pictures of Rhiannon on screen there, whatever, and it must be very touching just looking at her and seeing her there. Beautiful smiling face and whatever. How much do you miss her?
I can't. Every day. Every day. Every second of the day. And I'll continue to miss her. Sorry.
No.
Why would you be sorry?
I just miss her. I miss her laugh, her stupidity, because she was very quirky. But I miss her. She came to live with me. We became best friends. We did everything together.
Yeah.
And this scumbag has took her from me.
I know. You see, we noticed you you know, you're crying, you're sobbing now, and lots of people will be crying along with
But I've
you.
spent the last 15 months doing this, and I've had to stay strong for my children. But I'm angry, and I'm frustrated. Yes, we got justice, and we got it pretty quick considering a lot of cases. But he's ended our lives, really.
So I can feel your anger too.
Yeah.
And how would you encapsulate that? How would you describe that? Who are you angry at?
Starmer and the government for allowing this to happen. And I won't back down from it either, because he's got the blood of Rhiannon and these other women and men on it, children on his hands. So he needs to take accountability, and he needs to take his head out of his backside and stand up and realise what is going on in his country.
And you've got other children, you've got grandchildren.
Yes.
How do you feel about the future going forward?
I'm scared for my grandchildren. I'm scared for my children. They're all adults, admittedly, but it doesn't matter, does it? Because Rhiannon was an adult. But my grandchildren, I'm petrified. My nieces have all got children. My nephews, it's horrible.
And what would you say, Siobhan, to the not even a man, the creature that did this? If you could sit and say something to him now, what would you say?
Why?
That's where we started. Why?
Why?
Why? You didn't know then, you don't know now.
We don't know nothing. He's, like I said, consistent lies. He lied about his age. He's just been so, his cocky attitudes with the government, the Home Office interviewing him, and he's just, why?
But you're going to fight on in Rhiannon's name. We're going
to carry on in Rhiannon's name, yeah.
This doesn't happen to any other family.
No.
Siobhan, we'll say goodbye to you. We thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Again, we're very
much.
so sorry for what has happened.
Thank you.
And no, thank you for talking to us. Really appreciate
Look after
that.
little one.
Yeah. Thank you.